now.
Hello, my friends. Welcome to another edition of Videoland Express. Hi, I'm Mark. My friend, the producer of the show, Frankie Stahn, is not here with us today. Still taking care of business. We wish him well. We're hopeful for his arrival and his return. He'll be coming back in October. So right now we're in September already. All right, September the 8th. 2018. So like I said before, if you want to catch us live, you can catch us live on mnm.org. You can catch us on Spectrum, Channel 56, and Channel 1996. You can catch us on RCN, Channel 83, and like I said, Manhattan Neighborhood Network, we're web number 2, Lifestyles at 5 p.m. You can catch us every other week. So we'll catch us every other week on Manhattan Neighborhood Network. So that's great. So after the show, like I said, we also post them up on YouTube. I've been posting them up on YouTube. I'm posting them up on toughlife.com. As soon as Frankie Stahn comes back, he'll post them up on his Videoland Express channel. But I'll work on it so that, maybe I can put my links somewhere for you can see it. Once Frank comes back, he'll be able to put up on his links or decide how he's going to post them up. And like I said, we need subscribers. We want you to subscribe. We want you to like. We want you to watch the show. Hopefully we can influence other people towards the opinion, towards a common opinion, if you agree with what I'm saying. If you don't, we're hoping that we can meet somewhere mutually. So like I said, you could check us out, RCN, Channel 83, Spectrum, Channel 56, Channel 1996, and Vios, Channel 34. And like I said, mnm.org if you don't have cable, web number 2 in Lifestyles, and that's where you can see us live every other week. So as soon as this show's over, we'll download, put the show up for you. I'm going to put up the show. I'll get into a deep dive about our movie here, the Blu-ray edition of Street Fighter with Mr. Jean-Claude Van Damme and Raul Julia. So we'll talk more about that. I'll get more into it towards the end. Also, we have our good friend Jennifer Garner and Peppermint. It came out this week of September the 8th, the 7th. It came out on Friday, Thursday night, Friday morning. I didn't get a chance to see it, but I'm thinking I'm going to go see it probably on AMC Tuesdays, where you're able to see it in any AMC movie theater for $5. Like I said, folks, the prices of theaters are just slowly going much too high for my budget, at least. I'm just a working man. It's just budgeting me out of the market. So who knows? Eventually, I'm just trying to get this out of the way. Oh boy, forget it. I'll just put it here. Yeah, eventually, I'm just going to have to start either seeing these movies or buying these movies online or catching when I can purchase them. Because $15 to $18 per movie is a pretty hefty price. But I guess it's here to stay for a while until most of these theaters shut down. But I have seen that there are some theaters, if you check in AMC, there are some theaters that are inexpensive if you go on matinee. Like sometimes you can get them anywhere between $6, $6.50 to $8, $9. I'm telling you, it's just getting overwhelming for me. And sometimes I laugh. I'm like, why do they even want to charge you the same price for a blockbuster as they would for a movie that's probably a rom-com that probably didn't even cost them that much to make? For example, if they make a rom-com, that's definitely would cost no more between $3 to $6 million, and you want to charge as much as a movie for the Avengers. It's crazy. I can see the Avengers dolling out like $24, $30 because they went out there and they spent so much money. They spent probably $100 million to make it. And yet, if I want to go see a rom-com, I'm not saying this is a rom-com, but imagine this is a rom-com and it costs them anywhere between $1 million to $3 million, and they want you to pay $15 to $30. I think it's a little exorbitant. But that's why I'm not really a movie critic. Neither is Frank. We're just people who enjoy movies and we're entertained by these films. And this is pretty much what we like to see. So, as though I haven't seen this film, it looks a little interesting. I'm going to give it a chance. Some people have not given it favorable reviews, but I'm like, hey, I like movies. I'll go see it, because sometimes I like that atmosphere of going into a movie theater and enjoying it. So I'll check out. I don't work for AMC. I don't get anything from AMC, but sometimes you can get some of these special bargains from AMC, because they'll let you see a film for $5 on Tuesday if you sign up. And I think that's brilliant. I'm like, that's great. I'm going to do that. I'm just going to see a movie I'm going to pay for it. I'm not going to see it online, but I'm saying I'll buy the tickets online. They'll charge you like $1, or if you belong to their membership, you don't get charged anything, but I don't. So I probably have to pay $1 more to see it for $6, but I think it's worth it. I mean, it's the cheapest thing I'm going to be able to afford. Hey, that's the way it goes in New York. New York City! Anyway, so I got my Hawaiian shirt on because it's kind of hot, and it's been like the month of August has been a scorcher. It's been to the records hundreds. So I'm finally taking off the jacket. I don't want you to think that, hey, this is the only jacket I have. No, I have other jackets, but the problem is when you sit in the subways or you sit in the city, anywhere you sit, it's going to ruin your clothes. So sometimes you have to wear your worst clothes to go out, because if you put your best clothes on, your best Sunday clothes, you're just going to get them wrecked. If a bird doesn't poo on you, you can get some gum on your pants or in your shirt, on your jacket. It's the worst. So you can't even wear nice clothes unless you cover them up with like a trench coat, like Jim Parsons would do on The Big Bang Theory, wear his trench coat for the bus, because it was just the whole city would be so dirty and disgusting. I think it was from Los Angeles. I don't really watch The Big Bang Theory. I heard it's going to be over, but hey, that's the way it goes. All right, so going back to the movies. I know I've been rambling on a little too much. Let me get a good swig of water. It's just water, folks. So don't be writing those angry letters saying, hey, how dare you drink an open bottle of any liquids. But it's just water, I promise. Like I always say, let it roll. All right, so this is some of the things that I'm going to be interested in seeing for next year, since the big summer blockbuster season is, I think, would it be officially over after the end of August, or does it continue? Let's see. Because the Predator movie is going to come out next week. That's going to be on, I think, September the 12th. It comes out on September the 12th, Predator. And then after that, we have Venom, which is going to come off on the 5th of October, which is going to be awesome. It probably isn't going to be a great movie, but still, I'd be interested. It's sort of like Predator. We all know what we're walking into, folks. This is going to be like some kind of grindhouse type of film. And I enjoy grindhouse type of films. Sort of like when Quentin Tarantino reintroduced us to movies like Death Proof and Invasion from Planet Mars, or whatever the movie he made. I think it was with Richard Rodriguez. But Death Proof is one of my all-time favorite grindhouse type of films. But I've always thought that Quentin Tarantino was that grindhouse, Pulp Fiction type. I love those films. And they probably don't cost them too much to make, which is awesome. Continued success. Because the other movies I used to like, enjoying that type of era were like Escape from New York, The Thing. These were awesome with Kurt Russell, and he brought back Kurt Russell with Rod Piper, I have to pick up that DVD. There's all these great DVDs I'm going to pick up, because even on YouTube you watch it, how some people are saying, oh man, eventually the tide's going to turn. Eventually you can't find some of these movies online, and it's true. Street Fighter, I can't find it. I would have to subscribe. I'm with Netflix. I don't promote any of these films. I don't make any money out from them. I have to say this, because since this is airing on Manhattan Neighborhood Network, I'd like to thank everybody who's helped us with our network, from our producers and the people who help us with cameras set up, like special people. I'll give only their first names because I want to give their last names, because I don't want to get sued. Like special people like Ann and Brian and people like Malik. These people are wonderful. They help us out, set us up, and help us go live to you. And then we record it, and then hopefully we do it correctly, and we put it right up online, and we want to thank Manhattan Neighborhood Network. That's what I'm saying. Since this show is a non-for-profit station, we can't promote things where we get paid. So this is a non-paid advertising. I'm not advertising. I'm not getting paid for any of this. I'm just putting it out there because this is information I think it's important for the public. I'm not getting paid by Jennifer Garner either for putting up her poster, but it looks like a fantastic poster. Look at that. Bullets, Jennifer Garner, her name, Peppermint. It looks like an awesome poster. About the movie, I don't know. I'll give it a chance. I'll see it. A lot of people say, oh, I don't want to see it. Well, hey. That's up to you. Who knows? One day it may come out on DVD. It might come out on streaming service. Then you'll probably catch it, or maybe you won't. But a lot of people nowadays, I guess, they have very little tolerance or time to see anything nowadays. So you would have to be a major, like, eye-catching blockbuster like that mega hit Avengers Infinity War in order to even get a rise from anybody nowadays. But hey, that's the way it goes. All right, so getting back to the list of movies that I see that is very interesting. I've mentioned this before. I think that I did this a few months back, but here it goes again, folks. So we have, like I said, Venom's coming out on the 5th of October. Then other movies are going to be interesting for this. Let me see. That I'm interested in. I think a lot of buzz has come around for movies like this. Aquaman, December the 21st. Godzilla, the King of Monsters. People love that. When did that come out? Let me see. Oh, that's going to be next year. That's going to be next year on the 22nd of March. Be on the lookout for that. Godzilla, King of Monsters. Finally, I think they said this is going to be Godzilla versus King Kong. So that's why they call it Godzilla, King of Monsters. So he's going to fight with King Kong. Last time we had a King Kong versus Godzilla film, I think King Kong won. So this time it's going to be The Rock versus Stone Cold, where The Rock finally wins 1 out of 3. If you know that what I'm talking about, you'll probably get it. You know, this time I guess, like they say, this is all wrestling terminology. If you don't understand it, I'm sorry. But I think this terminology is really funny. So this time I think King Kong is going to job out to Godzilla. Next thing for next year, I'm very interested is on the 5th of April is going to be Shazam. All the, I guess, trailers have been up and we've been ready to go. Shazam, who is a real Captain Marvel. Who knows, in the next 2 weeks I'll probably put a big poster of Shazam so you all know what I'm talking about. And also, like I said, The Avengers is going to be out on the 3rd of May. 3rd of May. So we have Shazam, who's a real Captain Marvel, in my in my regards. Everyone knew Shazam was originally Captain Marvel. And eventually, I think Marvel's going to come out with their Captain Marvel movie, because that's supposed to be a continuation of Infinity War. So let's see when that happens. I'm not really sure when that's supposed to come out. But they are making the movies. They haven't taken out the trailer. I don't know what the buzz is on that. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it won't. But like Captain Marvel, Marvel has said, let's see if they could break the internet. And I say it's going to be dueling Captain Marvel. Who's the best Captain Marvel? I think whoever wins in the box office should get to keep the name. And if you have to, let's do just two out of 3 movies. And whoever does better 2 out of 3 movies gets to keep the name. I wish that would be the thing. If you really want to hype this up, we could all start gambling on it. But I don't talk about real money gambling. So let's get this out of the air. I don't want anyone to run after me and says, "Oh, what are you doing? Forcing people to gamble?" But no, folks. This is just a joke. All right. So, like I said, the Avengers Infinity movie will be next year on the 3rd of May. Boom. Gambit, the 7th of June. Justice League Part 2, the 14th of June. Let's see if it really happens. Knock on wood. Toy Story 4, the 21st of June. The New Mutants from Marvel, the 2nd of August. Star Wars Episode 9 will finally drop on the 20th of December. Boom. And also, I forgot to say, the Fast and Furious was supposed to be the 10th of April. Boom. And Avatar, which rounds off, will be during the same time as Star Wars. So it looks like James Cameron is thrown down the gauntlet to do a versus. So it'll be Avatar 2 versus Star Wars, because Avatar is coming out on the 18th. Ooh. And he is going to be going up against Star Wars Episode 9. Oh my God. Who is going to win that fight? A lot of people have been already angered at Star Wars. They didn't like it too much. I don't want to say anything more. But as I see these 2 movies that are coming out the same week, this is going to be amazing. And to see who's going to win. Can James Cameron pull it out from nowhere? Like they say, can he do an RKO out of nowhere? To Star Wars. Boom. The gauntlet has been dropped. Let's see what happens. All right, let's see what's next. Oof. A lot of things to digest. So what I've seen, I know a lot of people like to write, comment, subscribe. So I'm hoping that when you see our show on YouTube, you'll be able to comment, subscribe, and like. I know a lot of the comment buttons have been knocked down, but I guess because sometimes there's just too many trolls, and sometimes you want positive instead of negative. Who knows? Eventually, if YouTube just finds these people who are just making a lot of negative, anti-comments against people, they'll probably just have to block them from making any more negative comments. They'll let them watch, they'll let them thumbs up something, thumbs down, but if they start finding them to be a hater, maybe they'll should stop them from trolling altogether. But some of the things I like to read, like for example, is some of these comments, for example, like, "Oh, Videoland Express, I love your shows. They've been very influential to me in making a decision of what to see. I think you both work very great. I admire your freedom for choosing movies you're going to see and not buckling under the system of saying, oh, a movie's great because everyone says a movie's great. I don't believe in that. But you have brought a smile to me. You have made me feel joy under these tremendously, sometimes hard times I'm going through in my life. And I thank you both because I consider you both friends." That's great. That's what I like to hear. You know, I haven't received any comments like that as of yet, but that's what I'm looking for. So if anyone has positive comments like that to say, that would be wonderful. Just put them up. But like I said, if you want to find some of these shows, I'm putting them up on my channel for now until our friend Frank comes back, and then he'll be able to put them up on his channel on Videoland Express. but right now I'm putting them on toughlife.com. Hopefully you can find them. It's on my YouTube, toughlife.com. I don't know. I'm going to try to make it easier for people to find, so I guess I'm going to have to go over to Frank's channel, post it on there, and maybe you'll be able to follow the stream. It's kind of complicated. Good luck to you. Oh, God, that's good. All right. Another thing I wanted to talk about are movies like this. Jean-Claude Van Damme's wonderful edition of Street Fighter with Raul Julia. I know a lot of people don't like, I guess a lot of people didn't like this movie. A lot of people don't like video game movies. Like the last time I brought about a movie of Mario Brothers. A lot of people said, oh, I don't like that movie. It wasn't very good. You can see these comments on YouTube. People are just, they don't like video game movies. They think that video game movies are a waste. But I say, hey, they're the greatest. You might as well enjoy these films as, you know, for when you can. Who knows if anyone's going to dare do these movies again. Because these eventually will be like the Grindhouse equivalent. I'm telling you, some of the best films I've seen have been films that I haven't expected them to be fun. They're fun films. They're probably not going to win an Oscar because the Oscar committees are all controlled and decided by all these influencers in a room, and they decide who to vote for and who's going to win the Oscar. You know, it's almost like the trades, when the trades of advertisement decide who's going to win their trade award, the best commercial. It's nothing more than that. It's a trade show award and nothing more. People shouldn't put too much weight behind the decisions of other people. You should put your own decisions ahead of what other people try to decide of what's good and what's not good. Because the Oscars, they get it wrong a lot of the times, and usually the people they decide to give the award to is usually based upon who's popular, who's in the inside with them, and they'll usually give their trophy, their trade trophy, to that influencer. But folks, there's a lot of great movies out there that's funny. If it gives you a good chuckle, watch it. It'll make you laugh. You'll be like, oh my God, this is wonderful. It's sort of like a mystery treat. It's at the time, no one appreciates it, but one day it comes out of nowhere and you're like, wow, this is wonderful. Like Jimmy Stewart, It's a Wonderful Life. When it first came out, it bombed. No one cared about it. The movie died in the box office. It disappeared. And one day, it started showing up in the 70s, and it started popping up around that holiday time, and boom, it became a cult classic. A lot of movies like that, like A Christmas Story. There's a lot of movies out there that become a treasure that at the time it's not appreciated because there's so much out there. And the movie that was a blockbuster at that point, for example, some of the Humphrey Bogart films at the time, no one appreciated them, and then when he became long past his era, all of a sudden people are saying, wow, this is a great movie. I didn't know Humphrey Bogart could do these really wonderful films. But then by that time they realized it was too late. They couldn't really appreciate him when he was around. They skewed him, and it was too late. But like I said, after this show, after me talking about this film Peppermint, which I didn't see, so the only thing I'm going to talk about is I'm going to go see it, because it looks fun. Some people may not enjoy that type of fun, like the action adventure, Cobra, Predator, Street Fighter type of movies, but I enjoyed those films. I've also enjoyed other films like The Maltese Falcon, like I said, with Humphrey Bogart, James Cagney, Public Enemy. These are films that are beautiful and I go to see. Some people don't want to see them because they're in black and white, but I say enjoy them. They're beautiful. They're a treat to your mind and your eyes sometimes. And this is campy. I love this kind of campy film like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. So I'm looking for these right now. Right now that's kind of hard to find But I really started trying to collect and have a great collection of these beautiful movies like Fight Club, Animal House, Fat Time at Ringmont High. I said before of this whole list of movies I'm trying to accumulate. Like a lot of people I said online, they said, eventually we're all going to cut the cord. It's going to be way too expensive. DC's making a streaming service. They want probably $10 or $20. Marvel's going to do a streaming service, and not all the content's going to be great. People think that, oh, Marvel always does it well. No, it doesn't. Sometimes some of their animated films, that they make animated films, not TV series. TV series, they've had success. But animated films, they haven't had so much success. DC, on the other hand, has had more success in the animated market than they have had on like the life living photo movies. All right, so I think I'm going to wrap it up a bit. I'm going to just start saying my goodbyes. Like I said, like, enjoy, subscribe, hit the thumbs up. The more people see it, the more of an influence I'll help to have to say, this is kind of films we want to see, fun films. But you know, sometimes fun films are those type of films where you don't appreciate now, but down the line, you'll appreciate it. And when you appreciate, that's when it comes to DVD sales. And eventually people are going to be trying to buy and scattered. And then let's say a film like this, that now you can get it for $9. If you try to buy it from one of these markets like Best Buy, they want $4 to send it to you. So that $9 film will now become $13, $14, with tax $15. And when you want to see it online, it'll probably be even more expensive. For example, who is it? I think Amazon Prime. They'll let you see a movie like this, and they'll probably charge you $7 to see it. To own it, it'll be $16 or $15. Now it's stupid. And the funny thing is, when their streaming service goes, it's all gone. All right, so I'm going to wrap it up. After the live show's done, then I'll have more time to talk about Street Fighter and get into all the various aspects of Street Fighters and other movies that I want to talk about. All right, so I said, after this, 10 minutes, go to YouTube. Hopefully, you'll see it there, and you'll like, subscribe. It won't be up. I hope to put it up today. You know, I know it's kind of hard to find where everything is, but I've said once and a million times, thank you, everybody. You are considered our friends, part of our family, part of our group. Frank's been doing this for 30 years, more than 30 years. I don't know. Maybe now he's going on to 31. We hope to have him back safe. We want to continue. I hope that he continues this. We'd like to thank you all for watching every day, being with us, for liking, subscribing. Thank you. We enjoy. We hope you come back again. In the next 2 weeks, folks, we're going to be back. Okay? So thank you so much. We love you. Bye. All right, that was the live show. I think the live show is over now. Now we'll do a little more of 10 minutes. I think we'll be done within within the 40-minute mark. So instead of being 28 minutes, we'll go into the 40-minute mark. So we'll do like 42 minutes or 12 more minutes of the show, just to get a round number. So this is some of the things I'd like to talk about. Recently, I've been trying to grab a copy of Suicide Squad, and the only one that I've been able to find with a steelbook is Best Buy. I think they came around 10 months ago it came out, and I should have picked it up then. I didn't get any information that it came out. I've tried to look in every Best Buy in New York City. It's like almost impossible to pick up a copy of Suicide Squad, or even movies like Street Fighter. If you didn't pick it up when you had a chance to pick it up, it's hard to find it. The only way you're going to have to be able to buy it is buying it online. And if you buy it through Best Buy charges, I think, what is it, $4 shipping, which is crazy, but that's the way it is. They don't want to eat the cost. Instead of like saying, okay, we'll charge you $4 shipping, we'll charge you $4 for a movie, so we'll charge you the whole film with tax, $9. But no, the film itself is $9, $4 shipping, you're going to eat the shipping, and you're going to eat the tax. It's like, oh, fellows, why do we have to be so stingy? But it's getting around the stingy days. Even with Suicide Squad, you order Suicide Squad apart, and it's another $4 shipping. You would have to buy a whole mass of DVDs. Like I could see buying 20 DVDs for being able to cut the cost of that traveling time. And then in regards, who knows, maybe the whole, depending on how many DVDs you get, they'll all come out to the same price. Not sure. Also, the other movie, like I said last time, The Cell with Jennifer Lopez. Oh, I love this woman. She is amazing, beautiful person. But I know some people don't agree with me in that regards, but the imagery of The Cell, you should see it. If you have a chance, I haven't been able to see it online. I think it's out on Netflix, or maybe they pulled it. But The Cell is truly, everyone said it. It's definitely one of these influencing type of films and visuals. I love movies with visual effects. Like Valeria is one of these type of films, but the problem with Valeria, the script was kind of weak, the acting was kind of weak, but you know, I don't want to say too much negative things about it, but visually it's a beautiful film. But The Cell is a beautiful acted film with great acting. Jennifer Lopez is amazing, she's beautiful. It all comes together. This is the kind of movie more people should make, but it's kind of expensive to make. So if I could find that would be great. And 500, I've said this before, 500, the second chapter is one of my all-time favorite movies, thanks to Miss Green out there. She's amazing. But like I said, now we're going to get into the deep dive with one of my favorite films, Street Fighter. I wonder if it should be called Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter, the Extreme Edition. I wonder why it's so extreme. Maybe it's because there's some extra bonus commentary where probably some people are saying, I don't want to be there. But still, it's amazing. There's so much funny moments that you can get about this. Raul Julia is at his campy best. He throws up the best lines in this film. I'm telling you, if you haven't seen this film, you'll get a good chuckle out of this. But I know it's kind of hard. It's going to be kind of hard to find. And at this point, at this time, it's a little expensive to see or to purchase. So that's what I'm saying, folks. You don't appreciate now. At a time, this was probably in the $3 to $4 bin. On Black Fridays, this was probably $3 or $4. But now, folks, if you want to find this, you're going to have to start chasing it down. I mean, things are becoming really hard to get nowadays. And physical media is going to be collapsed. I've said it 100 times before. Target is getting rid of physical media. And Target is, the sad part about Target, I'm not getting sponsored by Target, but the sad thing about Target is usually their media is more expensive than other people that you look. If like you go to Best Buy or you go to Amazon, I'm not getting paid by either of these two. I'm not promoting any of these two, but this is what I'm telling you as a smart shopper. That Target is getting a little expensive, is more expensive, but they're going to be done with these physical media. I think it's either Best Buy and Target, you won't be able to find these anymore. Amazon, I don't even know, but they're going to go digital. But what's going to happen, folks, one day when you have a digital library of maybe, I have a digital library of maybe 35 to 50 films. But one day that service goes out because they don't make any more money. Because the only way they can generate more money is the amount of subscribers. And then it comes to a point where it goes to diminishing returns. Once it hits to that point, they close down as a business. Do you think Apple is still going to make phones? Do you think they're still going to make smartphones? Of course not. Eventually, they're going to close up, and then they're going to make smartphones anymore because it's gone to the law of diminishing returns. So there'll probably be, I know I said this before a million times, there'll be a company that just buys companies instead of a company that makes anything. They won't make anything. It'll be a paper company. It'll be a company that buys things like right now. Apple does that right now. They buy copyrights, limits laws. I think the Bono laws help extend copyrights. You know, this is one of the worst things that I think Senator Bono was allowed to do as an artist, extend the copyright laws from like the the 30s and the 20s, so that nothing goes into the free access of the market, where they're able to take something and change it and make it their own. But this is what happens eventually. Copyright laws, they diminish, and you're supposed to get a chance to make it your own, get your interpretation. But some people don't agree with that. But I think this is important. This helps for the end of certain copyrights. It helps. You've gotten your money, the money you've gotten, or the most you can get. Give it out to the public and let's see what creative aspects they do with it. The same thing happened to a lot of art during the Renaissance. The Mona Lisa wasn't just painted by one person. Leonardo da Vinci wasn't the only one who did the Mona Lisa. There were many other artists' interpretations of the Mona Lisa. But nowadays it's sort of hard with copyright laws, and it's sort of just a way for people to just make money, continue their copyrights, their hold on these systems of their way of making money. But the whole game is almost over, and very few people have money to spend like they used to. I don't have money like that anymore. So what's going to happen in the end? Who knows? And I said it too. Looking for physical media is getting harder and harder. I've seen people on YouTube say the same thing I've said, and I'm echoing a lot of things they've said. A lot of things they've said is like, when am I going to get the complete series? There's a complete series of Knight Rider. There's a complete series of Airwolf. There's a complete series of Miami Vice. But where is my complete series of the A-Team? A lot of people forgot about the A-Team. I guess the A-Team is a bygone era. A lot of people won't appreciate it, but I love the A-Team. Not too long ago, I got the complete series of Kung Fu, which I enjoy. That's where I get all my Eastern philosophy. I know a lot of people saying, you get your Eastern philosophy from that? I'm not going to listen to you. What the heck do you know? But folks, it's great. Enjoy it. Enjoy while you can. Get the most out of this. Like I said, this movie is hysterical. It is great. It is fun. Raul Julia even said when he made this movie, he did this for his children. He wanted his children to have something to remember him by that was fun, not something that was negative. Like he didn't want his children just to see, oh, my father just does movies about hurting people and attacking people. This movie, they probably appreciate it as one of their favorite films, along with The Addams Family. Both episodes of Addams Family that they made in movies were awesome. Like I like to say, Raul Julia was one of the best actors out there. He was phenomenal. I wish there were more people like him out there. There are some people out there like Antonio Banderas and I forgot this other gentleman's name, but they're amazing in what they do. They have a whole, I think, variation of abilities and emotions that carry along. Even Jean-Claude Van Damme, he is amazing. I have to say, every time I have a chance to catch one of his films, I try to catch it. Like if Bloodsport comes out, I just sit there and watch in awe. Like I said, some of my favorite films that he has done has been, like I say, Bloodsport, Time Cop, Street Fighter. You have other films too that are amazing. The Quest, Universal Soldier. So there's a lot of movies now that I'm trying to find of his that you don't see too much online. I've tried to look for them. I've seen some of them on Amazon, and some of them on Amazon you have to pay for. Netflix doesn't have a lot of them because now they're trying to do their own shows, and they're smart because they know we have to make our own series. That's why I said to Frank when they came out with The Karate Kid for YouTube, which is Cobra. What was it? Oh man, I'm blanking out. I'm sorry. But they came up with their series of The Karate Kid on YouTube. I was shocked that Netflix didn't pick it up on. I think Netflix is dropping the ball on a lot of good things that they could be picking up. They're spending money. It's almost like the YouTube, going back to the wrestling analogy, YouTube, Amazon, and Netflix are like competing wrestling organizations. And one of them will eventually undoubtedly be the WCW. Well, they'll just implode because they're spending too much money on product that isn't interesting to anyone else but them And it's sort of like, you're making these movies for who? Who's interested in seeing these films if you're not making them for a particular audience? But like I said, folks, I'm wrapping this up. I want you to like, subscribe. You know, I've been with you working with this show with Frankie-san for like at least 3 years. He's been doing this more than 30 years. We'd like to thank everybody who's come together and helped us out. We've done this at the Man in the Neighborhood Network Studios. We'd like to thank them for all their help. Thank you so much, friends. We love you. Thank you. Good night.